Howdy. So normally when I make a video, I try and make it a little bit of informational, a little bit entertaining. This is not one of those videos, I'm going to warn you right now, because all I did was I literally grabbed this camera and just walked around all day today while we were planning out at the farm. So it's not a great video. It's not entertaining. It literally is just a hot day planting vegetables. I throw in a little bit of information maybe, but if you want to watch it, go ahead and watch it. But I figured, I told you guys I'd take you out there when we started planting. We started planting. We got a bunch of stuff going on. I got a new sprinkler in addition to the big one that came in today, but we got other stuff going on. So we finally have some rain supposedly coming in tonight after, gosh, 3.5 weeks. We haven't had a drop of rain, and it's just been killing us, especially out at the farm. So like I said, sorry about the video, but watch it if you want. If you don't, Netflix is running a special this month, so go ahead and watch Netflix. I'll talk to you later. Doc. Morning. It is planting day, start of planting day. We're going to be doing potatoes, sweet potatoes, and a few other things that I picked up. But this is typical farm life. Up at 5 a.m. answering all my emails, getting everything done online. Was at Lowe's at 7 a.m. this morning. Now I got to come down here. I'm waiting for my crew to come. I think the Good Witch is coming, Ryan's coming, and I got 2 other guys that help me. But I want to try and get this stuff done real quick. Okay, so while I'm waiting for my crew to show up, let me just show you sort of what I'm doing this morning real quick in my prep. One of the first things I do when I get out of my truck, now this is permethrin. This is actually made to spray on your clothing, boots, and camping gear. And I found some 100% DEET, and I mixed it in with it. So my boots, my socks, and my pants all get sprayed with that first thing. And if I forget, I stop what I'm doing and I come back. Everyone else here has gotten chiggers and everything, not me, not one bite. I ain't getting it. I hate chiggers. So how am I prepping up? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I have got a ton of seed, all kinds of vegetable seeds. I've got sweet potatoes, and I've got Yukon potatoes. But I was at Lowe's this morning, and I said, you know what, let me pick up a couple plants. And what we'll do is we'll actually start some plants from Lowe's. But I want to do this for a reason. This is expensive. All these plants, every single one of these plants is $4.78 a piece. So you got tomatoes, green peppers, yellow squash, and watermelon. You know, 1/10 of the price or less, you can get seed, and that's what I'm going to show today. But also, you know, when you're talking about regenerative farming, one of the things is roots in the ground and a multiculture. Okay, very important word, multiculture. What does that mean? It means that we don't go into a field, plow it, and plant rows of corn, put chemicals on it, harvest it, and then let it sit. Multiculture means you just let things grow wild. You let weeds grow. You plant things like wildflowers, clovers, brassicas, different plants, because you want all kinds of roots in that ground. That root network, along with the mycorrhizal fungi, will actually be hugely beneficial. So that's what we're doing. Next, see these right here in this nice new Sharpie? You ever walk into the kitchen and go, what the hell did I come in here for? Well, when you hit 59 years old, you suddenly realize you forget crap. So I've learned in gardening over the years, I don't care how good you think you are, mark what you plant. So I've got these stakes in that Sharpie, and I'm going to mark what's planted on each of the rows. I learned that lesson the hard way. So anyways, I'm going to water these real quick before I take them up to the field. Now let's talk about the cover crops. You always want roots in the ground, that living soil. You never want to have bare dirt. We had to till this obviously one time. But I want to show you just how good this looks. So look at that. Isn't that crazy? So this is all clover and brassica, and you can see it all the way down. Man, that is just wonderful. And this whole place is just full of it. Okay, you see this right here? So this is a patch of sort of DirtBooster right in here. And look at it. See that white? That's actually the mycorrhizal fungi right there. overnight. Overnight, that stuff is actually started in here already. So there's a little pocket of it, and it's been tilled into the ground. That is so cool. That is just so cool. And that's what we mean when we talk about bringing the soil to life. It's not just with plants, but it's with the microbes and the mycorrhizal fungi, and we're putting plants right into it, right behind it. This is just so cool. Let's see. So Good Witch showed up. She forgot her hat.
I'm really upset about that.
So we're sitting under the shade tree while my guys are still out there trenching those things. We've got these are sweet potato slips.
Oh, cool.
Okay, and so what a slip is, you know, normally a lot of people think about potatoes, they think about planting the eye, which you know do it normally. To get a slip, what you do is you plant the whole sweet potato, and then as little vines grow off of it, you snip off the vine, you put it in water, and it roots. So now I have these slips that we'll be planting out here. That's one. Two, I have yellow Yukon potatoes. Basically, some of these can be cut in half. As long as it has at least one good eye on one side, we'll plant it with one good eye. And then most of what we're doing out here, we're going to do from seed. I can't do this until today. My other big sprinkler head's coming in. That should be good. But I decided to go ahead and just pick up a couple plants just for the heck of it, just to show you guys. And one of the reasons why is last year I started doing a lot of stuff from seed because each one of these plants is $4.97. Each one of these plants is $4.97, and you can buy a packet of seeds for $2. So yes, it takes a little bit longer, but
it's worth it in the long run.
We'll see. So we're gonna figure out where we're gonna plant next. I've got the Good Witch on sweet potatoes because she's a little bit more gentle than most people. So what we're doing is we're taking these sweet potato slips, and about every 24 inches we're going to put a slip in here, and then we're going to bury it in there, and that's basically it. That's all you do for your sweet potato. Man, this soil we have not had rain. The last rain we had was April 16th, and what's this, March 5th?
It's
6th?
bad.
Yeah.
Like, plants I've never had drought on me have been droughting.
Yeah, so as soon as we get this stuff planted today, I plan on running that sprinkler system for a good hour and a half, even though we have thunderstorms coming in tomorrow. I got to get water on this stuff. All right, so these are the regular potatoes. These are Yukons, I believe. And I got a nice sharp knife. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that I have at least an eye, one of these. If I don't see two of them, I'm going to plant that whole potato. If I see two of them, I can split this off if I want, just like that. And now I have two of them. And I'll plant it just like that with the cut side down. But that one, I only see one really that's not developed. So I'm just going to cut this just a tiny bit, put it down like that. There's one eye there. I just like to cut them. See, I would just, she's got it going now, but basically, come over here, Jess. Let me show you what I'm going to do with them. So all I'm going to do, you want to plant potatoes about 3 inches, but what we've done is we've loosened up a deep hole in here. Now I want to put some good soil back in there. So I'm going to break up some of the soil we just pulled out. Then I'm going to put one of the potatoes right there. And then I'm going to put good soil back on top, just like this. So I know I have, instead of a big clump of wheat straw or something, I know I've got a good place for my potato to grow. So got it? That's all we're doing. And then I'll have Ryan probably start on the tomatoes over here. And what we're doing with the tomatoes, sweet potatoes, we're going to put some tomatoes along this line here. And same sort of thing. Why don't you go grab that tray of tomatoes over there. Burying these things and Ryan too. So when I'm not here later this summer and maybe a little bit in the fall, I'm gonna teach you guys how to run the water system. And then here's the plan. The plan is we'll harvest whatever we need to harvest, and if there's any excess, we're gonna donate it to the homeless shelter down there. So we should have a ton of excess here, and plan to donate most of it to the homeless shelter down there. I'm sure they'll appreciate fresh organic produce. So if you come up here, you can take some for your family, and then whatever, because remember the home gardens we had.
I was running out of room to put tomatoes.
We did what, 58 pounds of tomatoes on that one harvest, both red and green.
Harvest like that.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's just going to be way too much. So we're going to donate a lot of it. All right. So I'm going to plant next. We've got sweet potatoes, yellow potatoes, tomatoes. Well, I don't need to mark the tomatoes. And then we're going to go watermelon. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because we'll do some with these plants, and then we'll do some in the seeds. The other thing I'm going to do is in between all these plants, I've got a couple packets of wildflower seeds, and I'll actually sprinkle wildflowers in the rows amongst those two. Again, our goal is a multiculture. So I've got clover, brassica, I've got millet around it, I've got all kinds of other stuff besides just the crop. And I'm going to plant some wildflowers in here, and it should be pretty cool. I'm just hoping the raccoons don't come out and dig up my potatoes. That's my only concern. Okay, so I've got my stakes in. This is watermelon. Watermelons, we're planting the watermelons 4 to 5 feet apart, and I'm trying to keep them in more of a moist section of the area. The next one is going to be green peppers. We'll put green peppers down here, and then this is going to be yellow squash. We'll put yellow squash all the way down here, and then I got several more rows for seed. So I think the good witch is all done with her yellow potatoes. You all done with the potatoes?
Yep.
Okay. We need to get some cold water. That's what we need to get. It's gonna be 90 today, isn't it? I saw on my app, I think it said 90 degrees today. And then tomorrow the high is gonna be 78, and there's gonna be thunderstorms. We have a special mission for the good witch, and I think I'll only trust her with it, so we'll see. I want a cold water too. So I was nice, and I actually brought
a whole cooler.
A whole cooler, and some of them are actually frozen, and they're keeping the rest of them kind of cold. So everyone gets cold water today, which is nice. Part of a multicultural system here. I got one packet in here. These are just wildflower seeds. And this is a really good thing for bees and pollinators and everything else. Now the deer will probably come in here and tear the crap out of these, but that's okay. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have her just go along and just put, like, 2 or 3 seeds in between each one of these plants out here. And what we'll end up having is we'll end up having a lot of flowers in here. We'll have clover, brassica, wild grasses. I actually see some Bermuda growing in here, believe it or not.
Of course.
Look at that right there. That's Bermuda right there. So this whole thing will all be roots and multicultural, and that's what we're trying to get. So that was a full day of planting. Good Witch just left, and I changed out the sprinkler head, the nozzle on this one, from a 7 to a 9, which is a little bit more water. I want to see how she does. So basically I will let this run for about an hour. Even though I'm supposed to have thunderstorms move in tomorrow, I got to get some water on this ground for these newly planted stuff. But man, you can see she's hitting way over here, from way over here, and then she'll come over here and she'll actually hit this road. The wind's blowing a little bit this way. So I've got another one of these ordered for over here. It's just a smaller version, and instead of having a 1 1/4 inch pipe. It actually is set up for, I think, a 1 inch or 3/4 inch regular garden hose, so I can run it over there. Man, what a long day. Well, we got everything planted except for the seeds, and so we've got a few more rows to plant seeds, and then my other sprinkler's coming in today so that we can plant this other field over here. But that's been running for about 45 minutes, and everything is really good and wet over there. I'm real happy with that. So you can see where we have the stakes, we sort of stop there. We got to move that sprinkler another probably 10-15 feet out this way. But everything is just solid wet. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Hey guys, well, hope that video was a little bit entertaining, better than some of the stuff on TV. Anyways, hit subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Bye.